All right, are we live? I think we're live, guys. Welcome back. Today we're playing through Danganronpa again. Guys, it's awesome. Just gonna get started. Where are you? There you are. Let's launch. Get that intro music going. Sorry about that, guys. Got a video here. Turn on. Now we're up and running. All right. Let's go. Where were we? I think we were in the middle of investigating our second victim. Last left off, chapter 2. Where were we? Forgot what we were doing. Let's go. A ton of thick files stuffed into the bookshelf. All the files are investigation reports related to oil cases. They're internal documents for police eyes only. They are not the kind of thing you expect to read. They're filled with graphic, disturbing photos. It's the kind of thing that a new normal person would want to look at. Be careful. Okay. Let's see what's behind him. Yep. Yeah. And then, you gonna say the same thing over and over again? Yeah? I'd rather not. Part of a secret society, his family is part of a secret society that controls the world, and he's part of it. Extension cord, huh? Okay, let's go take a look at the extension cord, I suppose. Okay. What else? What are you trying to get out? Get out. We do. What do we have to check here? What do we got? This corner? This corner? Okay, what did I not check? That's right. Okay, well, what do you got to me? Alright, let's talk to him again, I guess. Byakuya, about that genocide jack, can you let me see it? Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Ooh. Byakuya handed me a file, and I flipped through with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached a page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. Oh, yikes. Scissors, huh? The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Hirata, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Isai, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Wow, okay. Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Nahoshi, Keshi Masumune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing that became perfectly clear as I read. All the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. These are all dudes, are they not? And at the scene of every murder, word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results, all the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for killing to take place was on holidays, in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. We know exactly someone like that. Don't we know exactly someone like that? The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. Split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? Yeah, like Norman Bates. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. There it is. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has grown numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added to your Truth or Look section of your handbook.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Ah, wait, Ayakuya. Alright. All the victims look male to me. I could be wrong. I could be getting... I'm not great with Japanese names, but the pictures are all dudes. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden? Like that?
I don't have time.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. Just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncover some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, and that murderous fiend is one of us, but who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Alright. It's this way, the pool, I think. There you are. Cool. Alright, Hifumi. What do you got for me, my boy? Come on, big boy. What you got? Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel
Another stat increase for me. Evidence, what did you find? I'll not reveal that just yet, but I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Lundenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too. Miss Lundenberg? Really? What did she say? She refused to tell me. Oh, right. Our gambling maestro. She refused to tell me. It's like when the girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where is Celeste now? The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there. What's it gonna be? Alright. Okay, another. Just read through this again. Let's go into the girls' room. Uh-oh. Click around. Yikes. That one still freaks me out. This camera is fine. Talk to Sakura.
Damn.
Kira's presence here was especially weak. Her body and her soul. To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast to do such a thing. I cannot forgive this. You know, you got a point. This is the weakest person there. Just like all the other genocide Jack cases at every crime scene, The word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And her hands are also tied here. You can feel the life-draining empire. Chihiro's dead body. She was kind of a nice person. It's a blood-stained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. Girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Huh. There's a big blood stain on the dumbbell on the floor. Hanakuma files said the fatal injury was caused by a dumbbell. And... Hey, Kyoka, have you made any progress, generally speaking?
However,
I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it? Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But...
So then...
Before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. And also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
Goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kayoko turned and left the girls' locker room. Guess I'll take another look at the body then. Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Chihiro's e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. Hero's complex, where did it come from? See, I think it's a dude because all the other victims were dudes. Kyoka said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits, so I better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Hero's hands are bound with what looks like rope. The rope was used to prop up some kind of prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? The rope has a plug. Wait, so this isn't a rope at all, it's an extension cable. But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Hero's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much of either of them. Seeing them again after looking through their genocide jackdaw, something is not quite right. Yeah, impaled. What does all of this mean? The status of the dead body has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I'd need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the genocide jack case file one more time. But I would also even argue that they would have to be strong enough to lift this dumbbell and then to lift her up and suspend her. So, let's get out of here. The door leads out to the pool. Yeah, I want to exit. Leave the girls' locker room? Yeah. I was told to check out the boys' locker rooms too. Okay. Card reader. Unlocked. Push toys. Life raft. Life vest. Or flotation device. Oh god, I was a lifeguard. I should probably know what that is. And let's go into the boys' room. See what's up. It looks like the posters were switched. Let's see it. See, look. Tornado. Oh, the poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me. The poster in the other locker room is hot lady. Something definitely strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. But the posters have been switched. Or if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little bit more about the locker rooms. The 2 locker room posters has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Sakura and Sakura probably knows, and Aoi probably knows. There's a strange stain on the parquet. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet has been added. Okay. So I need to talk to... This is one of those monitors, Manakuma, blah blah blah. Okay. I also need to head to the warehouse to talk to our gambling lady. anything in this pool that I might find interesting? There was nothing last time. Alright, let's zoom in anyway. Let's zoom in anyway, rather. Nope, nothing here. Locker. It's not. Figure it out, I'll figure it out. Over here. Nothing. Very clean. I figure if I want to stash something, I'll stash it here. This area is so big. Really cool. Alright, let's talk to Sakura. Oops. Oops. I accidentally came here. Really cool. She would know. Sakura knows. Okay, what do you got, Sakura? Spent a lot of time exercising in girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think the pushers in the boys and girls' locker room could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I never really paid attention to the posters. To say,
However,
but there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee in the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with the coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. Still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. This appearing stain has been added to the truth bullet section of your notebook, of your handbook.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Alright. Head out. Let's go friggin'. Is our progeny trying to set us up again? Oh, hey. Oh look, the extension cord is missing, is it not? Oh, I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. Last time I saw it, it was definitely on, and it's definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. There's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... library desk lamp. That's been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Library desk lamp. Unbelievable. Alright. Let's look at that box. He said he wanted to go. Oops. Okay. I don't want to see it here. No, I pressed it again. Shoot. I'm trying to aim for this box here. Wooden box is empty. The extension cord is in here before. This lamp. That one thing from over here and put it over there. I'm sure it's dark over here. Documented that secret council, so I guess it better not. We're gonna take another look at Genocide Jax. There we go. I won't take it out of the archive, but the only one who would do something like that. I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. Yeah, he's very suspect. Okay. Let's head to the warehouse. Well, let's head to the warehouse here. Let's go to map. Let's go to the could just talk to people. Warehouse right here. Let's talk to these two, then we'll talk to the other two, and then we'll... One second, guys. Pardon the interruption. Sorry about that, gang. Right back to it. Alright, let's inspect all this stuff here, and then we'll talk to Celeste here. Tifu said Celeste had something on. Hina also knows a little bit. Maybe we'll ask her. We'll ask the hallway monitor dude, Koka. Her food stacked up. I don't see anything noteworthy. And our psychic bro, he doesn't know anything. He's useless. Psychic bro doesn't know anything. Okay, anyway. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that. Have you found anything related to the case?
Most
I
unfortunate.
knew you were going to ask me that. Not talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well. I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night when I saw her here, Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
Hmm?
Huh? What are you doing
What are
out?
you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
I could ask the same about you.
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And like that, she was gone. What was she trying to hide her track jacket?
Yes, indeed.
Assumed she was really stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If I hadn't broken our rule, none of this would ever have happened. If he hadn't broken our rule, none of this would have ever happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. Strange thing is, there was no trace for the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Yeah, she was still in her school clothes, wasn't she? Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. Bathroom. Celeste's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Might be in the incinerator. Leave. Incinerator. Yes, let's go. Incinerator. What's up with Coco here? Yeah, she has lost her dang mind. She's kind of not a very pleasant person in the first place. way out. The trap door. The gate button. And this is the incinerator. I don't think there's anything here. Let's check the laundry room too. Check the laundry room and then the dining hall. Laundry is around here somewhere, isn't it? Alright, just let me mute for a second while I open my can of ginger ale. Alright, now you can hear me, I think. Alright, moving on. Bath. In the bath. Have I been in this room at all yet? Doors. Flippity flops. Massage chair. Maybe I'll use it once I get really tired. Okay, very cool. See, a door has been opened here. One of them is unlocked, but I don't see anything inside. Okay, go in here. The bathtub is huge, but now is no time for taking baths. And sauna. Nice sauna, I bet. Oh. He starts with a sauna, but I don't think it has anything to do with the incident. Yeah, you think? Alright, let's go. Yeah, let's leave. Let's head to the dining room. Dining room. Alright, you go to the gym, don't you? See what you got. Well, you know, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out. She keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. I just left her there.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna go head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? Donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I shouldn't have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a bit strange. She didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. I'm telling you, she's a dude. Actually, Sakura said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. I don't know, she talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe. Maybe she was just used to guys spoiling her? The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? I think so, I never saw her as that kind of girl. Aoi's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh no, what's this? Is it time? Oh, man.
So, I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
Yeah, I guess. Did I get all the evidence?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial!
I like dread
You
this.
remember where to meet, right?
Right.
Please go through the red door on...
See you soon. Alright, let's do this thing. Alright. Let's do this crash trial. Bedroom's right through there. I feel nothing but dread right now. What is this? Store. Everybody's already here. Everybody's already waiting for me, so I'm just gonna go. Alright. Gonna do it. Okay, where did I lose it already? Where did I lose it here? I'm gonna save. Save right here. And then, let's do this thing, right? Head on in. I think someone's gonna try to blend. So, is everybody ready to what? Am I blind or are we missing someone? Yeah, Toko's not here. Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... Really don't remember? Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? Hey man. The crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, Dookie, I'll drag her out of here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. I think she's being set up. It's like too obvious it's her. So that's why I feel like it's not her. Told him I didn't want to, but forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible. And now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek, nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. That murderer is one of us. Someone's standing right there. Someone's sitting right here.
Hey, come
Fucking
on.
Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? Let's talk to everybody real quick. You ready? We doing this? Sakura?
Well, then.
We'll uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails, right, bro? You got a good attitude, at least.
Shall we go?
Who? Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. What? Alright. You have no choice, right? Yes. I give a small nod and replied. One last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator, shaking legs. Feels my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. Alright, guys. Let's do this. I am freaking excited. Couldn't get a handle on my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. Steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, it continued to descend without hesitation. Until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, good. You're raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get the show on the road.
Grills,
Everyone,
Grills,
please find your
Grills.
assigned seats. Alright. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly class shot. You want to save? Yeah, let's save. Let's save over this. Alright. Open the handbook. I want to see what I got. Good boys. Let's do evidence real quick. I want to come to file 2. Let's read through it. Killed instantly. Oops. Let's go one at a time. Although Chihiro went to Sakura's account. Although Chihiro wanted to get stronger, she declined several invitations from Sakura and Ayu. Might have used the locker room late at night to avoid them. Despite this, Chihiro stated that she desired to help with her efforts. She may have been meeting someone and let on it. Chihiro had told everyone willing to listen that she wanted to get stronger. Some assumed that due to her inferiority complex about being weak, she admired strength more than anything else. To unlock a locker room door, you need to swipe your e-handbook over the card reader. You need a male student's handbook for the boys and a female for the girls. It's not possible for two people to enter at the same time. Additionally, lending someone your handbook is a violation of school rules. The handbook of each student that had died is placed in the mailbox in the main hall. One of the handbooks found in the main hall had been broken, which is apparently a rare occurrence. Junko and Sayaka's handbooks both seem to still work, so it's assumed that the broken handbook is Leon's. However, Monokuma's claim is it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have been broken. Suspect genocide Jack victims include... Wait. It's not broken, but our programmer could have messed with it, right? Chihiro was a programming expert, wasn't she not? However, suspect genocide Jack's victims includes Ken Harada, yep, countless others. They were killed in the same way. Bloodlust was found on each side of the frame. Profiling indicates the killer is likely a student suffering from a split personality. Chihiro seems to have consciously kept her distance from other girls, even from the beginning. Meanwhile, it had been noticed that she got remarkably well with her male classmates. Carpet in the boys' room was found with a black stain. Blood on the locker room in the girls' room, poster, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, the poster in the boys' locker room was for boy band, popular teenage girls. Chihiro's handbook was not found on her corpse, and had apparently gone missing. Chihiro's body had been suspended, and her hands had been bound with some kind of rope. Fatal injury was a blow to the head. Sakura mentioned that she was responsible for the coffee stain in the girls' locker room floor. However, the stain had since been inexplicably scrubbed away. Byakubo was known to use this lamp often, however the extension cord had gone missing. At some point, the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. On the night of the murder, right before nighttime, Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse. It seems she was stuffing some blue exercise clothes into a duffel bag. Presumably, she was on her way to exercise. The clothes were not found on the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. Alright, got it. Do I have any report card? Let's see if I have any updated. Do I have anything about him? No. Glenn Charles Prodigy. No. This Ultimate Bank Family, Ultimate Baseball Star. And he's gone. There we go. Ultimate Fanfic Creator. Did I get anything? Skills include handiwork. Ultimate Clairvoyant. Skill includes Lost in Thought. Special ability Ultimate Pop Session. Skill Melodious Voice. Okay. Ultimate Swimming Pro, Ultimate Writing Prodigy, skills include Vocabulary, Ultimate Martial Artist, Ultimate Gambler, skills include Max XP +1, Fashionista, or Junko. Okay, let's go. That's skills. Lost in Thought. Increases the time limit for each phase, increase effective during the class trial. How about, what else we got? Melodious Voice. Increases damage to the opponent when statement is destroyed. +3. Handiwork. Allows you to reload 2 bullets at once. Let's keep Melodious Voice, huh? Yeah, I don't need a time limit increase. I should think, okay. Let's go. Let's go. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
Uh-oh.
then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off,
Yeah.
let's talk about the murder weapon!
Yep. It was a dumbbell, right? First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Make your argument. Let's go. Lockroom dumbbell. That's the one. Got it. Got it loaded.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
So far, so good.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Oh.
No, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Mm-hmm.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Uh-oh.
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
He's very quick to point fingers.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer,
Genocide
Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did you really kill Chihiro? Or did he make it look like... Did he make it look like it was him? For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. There's one way to keep the white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of a white noise, time limit will decrease. So take careful aim when you have your silencer up. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. I am not on gentle, I don't think. Well then, good luck, have fun.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so,
Oh, I missed
speaking
it.
of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on! There's just no proof for it.
There we go.
No, it's wrong!
I missed. It's okay. I hope it doesn't take off my...
Might know one reason he could be involved.
There we go.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
That's a good point. Why is it so...
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
Okay.
According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of every Genocide Jack case, which the word at large doesn't show, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, has to do with the position of the body, how the victim was positioned, where the murder took place, or the bloody message left behind, how the victim was positioned.
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Or I don't know.
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
Maybe he knew that Toko was schizo and is trying to plant this on her.
What?
Genocide Jack's
It's
true
too obvious.
identity
She's too obvious.
Is Toko Fukawa.
What? Why?
What?
That was a weird reaction.
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
So we should punish half of her.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. It said yes and no, so I'm guessing he's trying to say he has multiple personalities disorder. What he means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko. The answer is that she is not one person, but multiple people, right? Yeah. Hangman's Gambit, what is this again? You can spell schizo. I was trying to say schizo. What? Z. Oh.
Now I understand.
Schizophrenic. I don't think schizo's in the
Is it
DSM-5
because
anymore, but I'm not
Genocide
entirely
Jack
sure.
has a split personality?
Ooh.
Huh?
Yeah.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
Mm-hmm.
They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
One thing that shows Toko could have a split personality disorder, and it's to do with her behavior. Not that she fainted. No, her behavior definitely did change.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine. Yeah. Oh, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. That means she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
What? What are you
Not
saying?
to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
Huh.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, How can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Oh.
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She said, a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
Ooh.
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Oh,
Besides,
no.
you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Yikes. Sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. Don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Oof.
That's the only reason I promised.
Oh no.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control
Is she basically admitting it now?
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Wow.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Can I step away from this? Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh, here comes a split personality. Oh, jeez.
Hello there! Is it me
Genocide
you were hoping
Jill.
to see?
Uh-huh.
What the heck?
This is wild.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Thank you.
What happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
So intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yeah.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
Web of lies, ocean of truth.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Oh boy. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond its safe.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Good question, Hifumi.
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
girl is psychotic, and I love it.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is
I
responsible
would
for
still be
Chihiro's death.
thorough before.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder
Oh,
and
that's
graduate
right.
within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Her being a serial killer is embarrassing, I guess.
Let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting.
Alright.
But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Whoa.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Interesting.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe. Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No!
Because I think she only kills men.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Good question,
Oh, you
bro.
don't know?
What's that?
Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
One clear difference between the murders. Hers, Chihiro's was a head wound. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and the stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. The victim's fatal injury or the style of the bloody message. It's the injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Alright.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. What is the other Genocide Jack cases? All their other victims were stabbed through their hands. When the suspended, those were not. Let's see. What was used to suspend her? How the body was posed, or when she was suspended? What was used to suspend? Because it was an extension cord.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's 2 differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac.
Big Mac? Are you referring
Makoto.
to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims
They were all
were in
dudes.
each genocide. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims and Chihiro didn't fit. If you look at the names of every victim, you'll notice what it is. I think I figured it out. She couldn't kill Chihiro. Chihiro was her friend, Chihiro was her lover, Chihiro was a girl.
A gun! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Ken Harada, Tatsuhiro Honda, Shoji Gaku, Kano Isai. Yep.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
Oh my god.
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of a one and only.
Okay. So, Byakuya knew that she was obsessed with him. Byakuya knew that she was Genocide Jack, so he's trying to frame her. That's what I'm thinking so far.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy.
Well, I'm trying to say that she was obsessed with him. He knew that she was eventually going to kill him because of the obsession. And so he's trying to frame a murder on her. I get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy, but there's
It's
not
a
all
different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lolly cur!
Lowly, cur.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors!
Never found a murder
Go out
weapon.
of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell!
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors! I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, didn't you get a sewing kit?
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have
no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied Genocide Jack cases. Yup. Good. That was annoying. He even looks guilty.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Yep.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
Yeah.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Huh? The locker rooms. They're suspicious, very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Suspicious. Seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then.
Wait,
What's
what
so
happened?
strange
I
about
missed it.
Go ahead. Share with the rest of the class.
There's a clear contradiction in what Byakuya said just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to the non-stop debate. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Next, we're going to add something called the truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright. Let's let it play out real quick. So hold the mouse button there.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I guess he knew that it was who the victim was before... Yeah, there we go. There was only two options anyway. Okay, let's do it again.
So, you said Byakuya was
Before we found the dead body.
before we found the body. But
He knew
was
that
acting weird...
he knew Chihiro was the
if you're presented with the
victim.
opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, let's do this again.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before you found the body.
Got it. Come on, Makoto. Don't scare me like that. Makes me think something weird is going on.
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. There needs to be a contradiction in there somewhere.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first.
Let's do it.
There was no time for pointless distractions.
I have 10 minutes.
What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Oh no. No. I missed. Okay. Contradiction. There it is.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
Alright.
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, got him. What?
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
So? Right?
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? Like he doesn't even care. Got him cornered, but he's acting like it's got nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Yep. The differences between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. Okay. Make your argument. Yeah. Oh, her face is still stuck like that.
Between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with...
Extension
was
cord.
some kind of rope. Was it not?
Nope.
That's right! It absolutely was!
No, it was not.
then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it
Yes, you
before.
have.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Oh, he's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that...
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to
Oh god,
win.
it's not him, is it?
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Mira's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room. Does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. Genocide Jack's presence, the extension cord, or the scene of the crime. Well, he's talking about the girls' locker room, so it's gonna be...
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere
Yeah, we still
else,
didn't go over
then
the
carried there later,
posters,
along with the rest of the
copy
murder
stain.
scene.
Rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Did I just take you off guard? The story suddenly moved to the crime scene by Byakuya, who had been so confident up until now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. It's gonna be the posters. Oh. Yeah, let's go. Posters. 2 locker.
I got it!
Okay.
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
No, it does not.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. Yep. Carpet. Carpet. There it is.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away.
It was replaced.
In fact, I found it on the boys' locker.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
It seems like it.
Why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, The blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but
Yeah, what was the point of
why
that?
would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
There.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room,
What was Chihiro doing over there?
then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker rooms tonight? Yeah, how? Yeah, she had Leon's. Oh, wait, no. Look at me handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
I thought that too. She was.
Was the ultimate programmer after
That
all.
would have been great
I'm
answer.
sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What then?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
There it is.
No, that's wrong.
Oh. Yeah, Leon's handbook wouldn't open it.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
Not.
So then, she must have hacked hers like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Unless she was a guy.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Wait. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? Still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
She was a guy.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. She's gonna use... Ooh, yeah, we headed off with Kayoko in the lead. And where she took us was... Where is her? Her handbook is missing completely,
Girls'
right?
locker room? We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Check her junk, bro. Wanna check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Examine her carefully? Like,
Not you,
using
not you,
our
not you.
hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Yeah, probably a great idea.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
You're a psychic, dude. Most
Very
religions
well.
don't like you.
I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then begins to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
Oh.
What is it?
She's got dangly bits.
Not possible. It's not possible.
Yep, she's a man. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl
It's a man.
Is what?
It's a man, baby.
is a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he.
There it is.
Interesting.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben, it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know?
What?
Heck, I knew that right
How
off the
could you
bat.
possibly know that right off the bat?
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly
I
does
knew
make
it.
things
I
much
knew
more
it.
exciting.
Okay, I was
let's
probably
ride
wrong
this
about Byakuya.
wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
We haven't heard from Mondo in a second.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Okay.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Yeah, I think Chihiro is actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem
Sounds
gaining
right.
access to the boys' locker room.
Now, which one of the guys works out like 2 in the
Assuming
morning?
his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
But the handbook
Of
is...
course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
How are they moved to the girls'
And
locker
the
room?
killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's
Yeah,
handbook to get
that's
into the
true.
girls' locker room.
Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya is the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
Alright, so it's gotta be someone
Do
random.
you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt.
It's gotta
He
be
consciously
someone...
chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Seriously? Why?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, she did. Well, she was bludgeoned.
Hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
It had to be someone strong enough to
I don't
lift
think
the
I can
weight.
say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
If Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means there's a guy.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was in the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. We need to find some more clues. What was Celeste's account again? Backbook, right?
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get
What
a
did
look at
Celeste
the
say?
killer?
I totally forgot.
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man. Game over.
Nice. That's awesome.
No! Not game over!
So the fact there is an eyewitness account regarding Chihiro. She has more information about that.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
There we go. That's right. Celeste saw her that night.
I believe someone else did see the
There it
victim
is.
before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto?
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
That's right, we did not.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of
Where?
any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
I better be going. Get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro
Oh
told me he was in a hurry. But
Mondo,
why
wasn't
would
it?
he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
no. It's Mondo, isn't it?
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
Yeah, that's what
But
it sounds
Hina
like.
and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times.
Because it had to be a guy.
And he always declined.
Did Chihiro
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the
put
secret
his
he
faith
was hiding, right?
in the wrong person?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
That's a shame.
Oh, what a marvelous
You need to
friendship!
shut up now.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Chihiro's track jacket really holds some clue about the killer. Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Celeste's account.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! We picked that tracksuit.
He's always
because
wrong.
It matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Oh, maybe.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
No, that's wrong. Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assumed he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
Oh.
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just... I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility!
Cherry?
Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be
Yeah,
illegal.
because...
According to Celeste's testimony...
Whose skills with her streets on, right? Stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
That is true.
Now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Dumb.
That's why you said you knew he did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked, the way he was acting, because I hate him. Yeah, that's true too.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently.
He did call her dude, remember?
You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick, and after he was killed, you happen to refer to him as dude.
That's true.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Did you notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
That's true. He did open up to you,
Mondo,
man.
was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
You did punch me, remember?
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Ghost friend?
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
That...
It happens to be an
handbook.
Oh, it's
I found it
Chihiro's
laying on the
e-handbook,
ground,
huh?
so I scooped it up.
Found on the ground, right? That must belong to Chihiro's.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime,
That's
right?
right.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Why though?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence.
But they're supposed to be indestructible.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
Interesting.
How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation. By exploiting a bug, by hitting its weak spot, or by hacking it. What? Exploiting a bug. But why would they hack it after they're dead? Well, it's Mondo, right? So you just smack the crap out of it.
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200
That's hot.
degrees.
My sauna only goes up to like
Strange how you
149.
don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
Found the victim's
then
handbook
the
in the
killer
sauna.
must
You
have
should have
been
brought it up.
purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
But how does he even know to do that?
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Because Mondo's probably broke while he was in the sauna.
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
Like, if they sat in the sauna too long?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
Yeah.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Be the one who wore all their clothes into the sauna. It was Mondo.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago.
That's right.
Remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
Took us
Little
through.
did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it work fine? Oh, I missed.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
No. Go drain their sauna shrimp. I could just prove it, then it will show the handbook Mondo has must actually be.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it work
No,
this
it's
one?
wrong.
Can you just prove it?
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
Oh, it was Leon's.
What the heck are you talking about?
He has Leon's.
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
There we go.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's.
There we go.
Yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Nope.
Well, here's how I look at it.
You're dead, you can't loan.
There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
There it
It's
is.
kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Closing argument. Okay. Stuffs a blue tracksuit. Chihiro sees her. sees the tracksuit hanging out. Right? Oh, then she quickly pushes it, stuffs it back into her bag, says bye. Oh, Act 2. Goes into the boys' room. Wipes in. In the boys' room. What happens here? Pulls up the carpet. Looks like he's playing with constantly, rolls that up, takes down the poster. Alright, I listen. Where did the killer go after they were done? Alright. Gotta start from the beginning. I think everyone has that you need to get into the locker room. It's gonna be the key. What's this? Which locker room did Chihiro go into? Or which boy's locker room? The weapon the killer used was a dumbbell. This one has blood on it already, right? Yeah. Okay. As the murder took place, some blood splattered onto something, didn't it? Okay. As we noticed, there's no blood on here. Which locker room did the killer move to? Girls' locker room. Switch into the carpet as well as something else. That's true. What was it that Bakuya brought to the murder scene? It could have only been by a Fuya. And then, where did the killer go after they were done? Did they go to a pool? Oh, the sauna. In the handbook I found in the sauna, it overheated. Broke. What's this? Killer took something from the other locker room and switched it. Where's the poster? There.
Here's exactly what happened.
Alright.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Yeah, what do we got? Tracksuit.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
That's right.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. I need to rearrange the evidence. Wait, what? I think everyone has a you need to get in. Yeah, this.
Here's exactly what happened. With bag in... She made her way to the locker, but how could the victim... Simple. Because she, which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked her. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and
Got that right.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet, then removing the bloody poster, and finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
Correct.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Right.
That could have been the end of Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, The killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna.
Here it is.
And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
Very good.
Isn't that right, Mondo Orado?
Nice.
Wait! No, this can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah, where's your evidence? You need evidence. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is a killer that already revealed itself earlier in the trial. I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear. A new element has added to the bullet time battle. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. Let's talk a little about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, fever time will activate. Tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push right mouse button, left mouse button, right mouse button, left mouse button, however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out. Make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it won't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? But we also prepared something called nega time that your opponent can use. The opponent activates nega time during the bullet time battle. Your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate fever time at this point... No, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use nega time. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't know how to do this, really.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong!
Take damage.
I won't listen!
Left shift, lock on, right mouse and reload, tab. Attack fire, left, select truth, Q, activate fever time, space key. Wait, what are the...
False! Show me some evidence!
Yeah, I don't remember how to do that. No, let me continue.
Is...
What? Yeah, give it another shot, man.
I refuse to give up yet!
Let me look up how to do this real quick. I totally forgot. Okay. Absolutely. Space key. think I'm supposed to alternate between these? Let's see what we got.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
I got him.
If my thinking so far is right,
You have to alternate left and right
Mario
mouse
must have
button. That's why I was
replaced
messing
his
up.
broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now.
Do it. Do it, do it, do it.
Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Why though? You gonna tell us why? You gotta see once again that one section. Okay.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on! Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kyoto chose the wrong answer. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. Getting very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimura. You need to be more careful.
What?
I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. What? Anyway, there once was a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. And he had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He had heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness. To take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. No matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and he was not so easily weeded out. As it turns out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew. I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
That's a bummer. Once the killing game had began here at school, he had no choice but to accept the fact. Sayuri, Junko, Leon. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course include Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro's actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fade away. Would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being the thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everybody. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Stronger enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be, okay, I'll get better. With that thought in front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action, and so... That day, he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be his first and only chance he would get.
Hey,
And he decided to start exercising. He thought it would be good to ask for somebody's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then he asked to help him from there. That person he went to
that's right.
was me. Yep, sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. Chihiro probably figured that, even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo is the very symbol of strongman that Chihiro always had aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be why my Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? What he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room.
Indeed.
Oh, he wanted to keep that a secret. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done? No.
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro.
But...
Now, how does moving his body keep a secret? Because you don't want to find him in the boys' locker room.
Because...
If everybody knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everybody would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so... Tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? And Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? Why did you... Because no matter what I did, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
But that's what triggered it after all. Possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What
It's
is
impossible.
this?
Nothing could have been that bad. Something you didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
Impossible.
Don't make me
How many
repeat
times must I
myself.
repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? An embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey!
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Ooh. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, made all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. The only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was named Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Dio that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches, but when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw at Mondo's very soul. Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that I'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang.
I
get stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. His brother pushed him ahead with the reckless abandon, eager for victory and dashed into oncoming traffic, but suddenly... That is a shame. Laying on his kid brother's arm, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up, sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. Oof. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together, he could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. He was made even stronger during the banner of the kid who bested his brother. Daya was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. There became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong. Strong. As soon as our killing games began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. Then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point it was clear, I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have just been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would all have been for nothing. So that's why I, Mondo, after I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with all kinds of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of weight down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chira asked me to start working out. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus. Yeah, I'm sorry. Why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anybody found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I grabbed myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of myself forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. It felt like he was exposing a lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. So strong. Can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece.
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying... I really am. I should just be able to tell everyone my secret.
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Jiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. That was the kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. And if that jealousy broke me...
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. You fucking with me right now?
No.
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Amanda. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. No.
You son of a bitch!
Stronger than die. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet covered in blood. I had the devil in my hand and I was just staring him down on the ground. Hey.
I killed Chihiro, even after all this time. I'm still just as weak as I've always been.
Yikes.
And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo, he was normally so aggressive, so I agree. He hid that weak side away from everyone. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. A secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't just cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see any hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard. Shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but... Unfortunately, I can't do that right now, because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing? Doing execution.
Well,
So I promise you, right? Blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous!
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mundo, the ultimate biker gang leader. Oh, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No. I said wait.
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Game over. Mondo has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Yeah, of course it'd be something like this, wouldn't it? Oh. Age of Death. Oh, he's getting electrocuted? What's happening here? I thought there'd be an explosion of some kind. Oh no. That's awful. Oh, that sucks so much. You got churned. Oh. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. Can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Oh, he is not having a good day. Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls. We were each forced to realize once again. He, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya. You're completely insane, you know that? The game, one of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except that
However,
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm and emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignore the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing
But I
to
don't
be done.
particularly care. Please continue. Yeah, she broke the rule too, right? And the night grew late when I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. Spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. She had gone. I looked inside and saw the corpse. What, you mean actually witnessed the murder? It was such a fool. I didn't have the slightest idea what I'd seen him. So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. So, liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So, after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene. But yeah, man, if you hadn't figured it out, really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before I reached that point. Of course. Akuya turned and looked me in the eye. I feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone who never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become the Blackened, I now know who ought to watch out for.
Correct.
So that was the reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on, something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's that?
Oh, no, thanks. You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? The question is why. You like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. Not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair.
Damn.
What do you mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Sweet grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. No, whatever, doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as a victor, and then everything will be revealed to me. The noble son, the noble family. Really, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to that level of childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all
That's so cool. It's
riled
like you're the
up.
main character of a video game or something. No trash mod for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper, sounds like someone needs an act. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the face. But I knew it wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. His mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was a kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Oof.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
Who's he talking to?
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
One thing I'd like to ask
As
you.
long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Interesting. That's really interesting, man. That's awesome. Alright, the end. There's 10 people left. Continued. Crazy Diamond. That was the gang he was in. Alright guys, now is a good place to stop. I will be seeing you next time. I am very happy with how this game is turning out. And more on that later, I suppose.